Every salesperson has heard the phrase maybe later. It's not a clear yes, nor is it a definite no. Instead, it leaves deals hanging in limbo, stalling progress and momentum. But here, the secret. Most maybe later responses aren't outright rejections, they're signs of hesitation. Buyers hesitate when something feels unclear, risky, overwhelming, or simply not compelling enough. The best salespeople don't accept maybe later at face value. Instead, they see it as an opportunity to dig deeper, gently guide the conversation, and help buyers move from uncertainty to confident decision-making. In this video, we'll explore how top performers turn hesitation into action, step by step. When a buyer says maybe later, it's rarely just about timing. More often, it signals deeper concerns. Maybe they don't fully understand the value, the risk feels too high, they need internal alignment, they're overwhelmed, or they're not convinced the timing is right. Your job isn't to push harder, but to uncover which barrier is holding things back. One powerful way to do this is by asking a calm, clarifying question, without pressure. For example, help me understand, what needs to be true for this to feel like the right time? This approach removes pressure, encourages honesty, and reveals the real obstacle. Professionals guide the conversation with empathy, not force. Buyers expect salespeople to push, but the best surprise them with empathy. Acknowledge their hesitation. Totally understandable. Timing matters. Let's explore what's behind that so I can support you better. Empathy lowers defenses and opens the door to clarity. Next, focus on reducing risk before increasing urgency. Most delays come from perceived risk, not lack of interest. Offer proof like case studies, clear onboarding steps, pilot programs, or guarantees. When buyers feel safe and supported, they move forward faster. Remember, ethical urgency isn't about pressure. It's about helping buyers understand the cost of waiting, not forcing a rushed decision. A full commitment can feel overwhelming to buyers, but small steps are much easier. Break the decision into micro-commitments like reviewing an ROI model together or mapping out approval steps. Each small step builds momentum and confidence. Shift the conversation from if to how. Instead of asking if they want to proceed, ask how they'd like to move forward. For example, which start date works best for your team? Or would you prefer to begin with phase 1 or the full rollout? This reframes the decision from a daunting yes or no to a collaborative planning process, making progress feel natural and achievable. Buyers often delay when the next steps seem complex or confusing. Simplify the process. Outline exactly what happens next, break it into a simple 3-step plan, or offer to handle certain parts for them. Reducing friction makes action easy. Also, anchor the buyer back to their original motivation. Remind them gently of the pain, urgency, or goals they shared at the start. For example, when we first spoke, you mentioned X was causing Y problem. Has anything changed? Reconnecting them to their initial reason for considering your solution reignites their drive to move forward. Sometimes the buyer truly isn't ready. In these moments, pushing too hard can damage trust. Instead, shift into high-value nurturing. Share insights, market updates, case studies, or event invitations. Stay relevant and visible so when the timing is right, you're their first call. Remember, maybe later isn't the end of the deal, it's the start of a deeper conversation. High-performing salespeople don't force decisions. They remove barriers, uncover truth, and guide with empathy. By building momentum through micro-commitments and making buyers feel safe and understood, maybe later naturally becomes, let's do it.